This is a really awesome story. This is a car that you do not see every day. It's a 2004 Terminator Cobra in competition orange, one of 281 coupes made in that color. This is really cool because this car is super low miles, 12,500, somewhere around there. It's in the 12,000 range. And this car was a two-owner car before my friend got it, and it was meticulously cared for. And I really enjoyed watching this car go into the hands of the new owner. I was on the Facebook page for Competition Orange Terminator owners, and somebody had posted a link to this car when it was on eBay. I believe it was my friend in Las Vegas who has one of these as well with 7,000 miles on it, and he had posted a link to this and said, "Does this car belong to anybody on this page?" And to be part of that Facebook page, you can only be on there if you own one of these cars. So um, nobody had said anything, but then the person who ended up buying the car said, "Hey, that's me. This is my new car. I'm really excited about it." And that's my friend Tyler. And we got to become really good friends after we started talking about this. Tyler's had a few Mustangs over the years, and looking on his Facebook page, I was able to look through and find some pictures of them, you know, Coyote and S197, and these are all really nice cars. And it actually turns out that Tyler happened to own not only these cars, but he owned two Sonic Blue Terminator Cobras. And you can tell that these cars are really nice in the pictures that he has of them. And the thing about this was he sold both of these Terminators so he could acquire a very low mileage competition orange Cobra. When we started talking back and forth, he was very, very nice to me, very respectful. He said that he had watched the videos of my Cobra, my orange Cobra that I had put on YouTube a few years ago about how rare it is and a drive around thing. He said he watched it over and over, and he was just really polite and nice to talk to. And you know, I knew that my video had been seen by a lot of people. It was on Danny Johnson's channel. But it was really nice to talk to somebody who really liked that video and who respected the car a lot and who wanted one really bad. He said that watching my video just really embedded that into him. And so he started looking around and he eventually did find this Terminator Cobra. Now, one of the coolest things about this whole thing was watching this all unfold on the Facebook page and watching the videos that the owner who had it before him sent to him of the car. I really like watching these videos because when he walks around with the car, he's showing how nice it is. He's showing how, oh, it has a little bit of dust on it here and there. He talks about how the only thing it's missing is the original battery, and the oil's been changed in it, and uh, it's always under a cover. There are just all these little tiny things that he says during the video. He talks about how it still has the original license plate from the first owner on it. He talks about how paint can be easily swirl marked if you don't wash the car right, and how easy it is to ruin a good paint job, and how this car is really, really nice and that nobody's ever done that to it. And I really like watching these walk around videos. It's really interesting because these videos aren't super professional and they're not well done or anything, but just walking around a car with a video camera and talking about it and being there as a, you know, this is a sale video. It's the guy showing Tyler the car and showing him little things about it. It still has the front license plate bracket in the trunk. It was never drilled on to the front bumper, which is amazing. You don't find that a lot. And anyway, all these little tiny details in a video like that make this so cool. It's really something you can't explain very well, but when you watch these videos, you're like, man, that's so cool. It makes you want the car even more. And so I put these videos together because I think they go great with the story, and it kind of puts it all in a different level of excitement and understanding of what this car means to somebody and how well someone else is taking care of it and now that it's going to a new home. So here's the video of the car from the previous owner.
Tyler, here's your car. Just uncovered it. here at my mom's house. I will do a cold start. My car has been sitting for a while. It's a little dusty. Dust particles on it, but the paint on this thing is really, really good. No swirl marks. I know how people can abuse paint without even trying. Again, it's dusty. But whoever kept this car up didn't harm the paint, which is nice. I'm going to do a cold start for you. It still smells new in here. It's actually pretty amazing. In this lighting, the car actually looks red, but I assure you it's not. Alright, I'm going to do a cold start now. Try to keep these seats covered well. I'm not a normal sized person. I'm 6'5", 280, so. Full tank of gas. Mileage is a little lower than I thought. I thought it was 12.5. Like I said, this car hasn't been started. It's got to be 3 weeks now. I'm actually a little nervous to pull it out. My mom's camper, as you can see, is right there. I'm going to elect to not pull it out. I'll do a walk around in the garage. Car does not smoke on startup.
That's actually something very important because a lot of 03s had that problem, the 04s don't, so that shows that this owner is somewhat knowledgeable of that.
Those are the original plates from the day it was purchased by the original owner. It will come with the plates. The only thing that's been changed is the battery and the oil. Very quiet, no ticks. I have the antenna, original antenna, is in the car. The car is actually dusty. It was covered, and it will be covered right after this video. The car will come with the cover. That's pretty much it, my friend. The original tires are pretty far gone. But I have a set in much better shape, so you'll be good. I didn't think I give you any pics of the trunk, so I'll do that now. That's the front license plate bracket with the hardware untouched. I'm not going to rev it real hard. It's not up to temp, but this won't hurt it. Goes right back to idle, as it should. It's never been abused or modified. Let me know if you need anything else, buddy. It's safe here till the truck comes. Thank you.
Man, what an awesome video that is. That was so fun to be part of that and get to see the video of the walk around. It's fun that Tyler had done a lot to get this car, and it's nice to actually witness some of it through video and through the internet. So here's a picture of the Cobra getting transported. I can't even imagine how fun that would be to have a Terminator Cobra like this show up. The car is so clean, it's so brand new, it's so original. It's like buying a brand new car in 2019, a brand new 2004 Cobra in 2019. So here are some more pictures of the car. You can tell it's just such a nice, beautiful car, just like new. It's just beautiful. Competition orange with the chrome wheels. There's a nice close-up of the wheels. The interior is flawless. Look how nice those seats are and everything. The original floor mats, and it smells new. An engine bay like that that's so clean and original with the stock fuel injectors, everything. No cold air intake or anything. It's just so nice to see a car like this in such stock form. Now I know a car like this is going to be difficult for him to have because being so low mileage and so original, it's real hard to modify it or want to drive it or do anything with it because you're worried to ruin it. There are very, very few of them with low miles like this. I've seen some that only have 4 miles, 4.5 miles on them. And I've seen a Competition Orange that had 3,000 miles that sold to Barrett-Jackson recently. And they're out there with super low miles. But to find one like this that was taken care of by the other 2 owners, and to me, I can't understand why the last owner would even want to sell this car. It is so rare and so beautiful and so neat and taken care of for so long like that, that to me, I can't even understand why someone would want to sell a car like this after taking care of it like that for so long. People have different priorities. I know some people think, well, maybe I'll get something newer. Maybe I'll get a new Shelby or whatever it might be. And along those lines, I had a guy offer to trade me a GT500 for my Competition Orange Cobra. Same mileage, same shape, beautiful car. His still had the plastic on the seats that he had kept and everything. But for whatever reason, people do get rid of their cars, and this is just one of those beautiful cars that it's in the right hands now. Something really cool that Tyler had told me is that he had the Oasis report for this car, which is kind of like a little background check. It shows what the car was born with and the gear ratio and transmission, all sorts of stuff. I have Oasis reports of my cars too. But he said that when he got the report, he was shocked to find out that this car was built on his birthday. And that is incredible. I don't know what chances there are of that happening to anybody. So that's really cool. He had talked about how there's other really low mileage ones out there that he considers selling his and getting. But at this point, he doesn't think he can do it because of that. And my personal opinion is there are lower mile cars out there, but who's to say they've really been taken care of as well as this one? This one, it's been taken care of right. So we get along really well. We talk now and again, and what I like a lot is he's getting into collecting all the SVT stuff that he can get his hands on. And I think that's a really cool thing to be doing, especially when you own the car. Uh, it's hard to collect model cars and things when you never own the actual thing, but he owns one of the nicest, lowest mileage ones out there. So he has little engines. I know these can become very expensive and very difficult to find. He said that some of the stuff is harder to find than the cars themselves. There's posters and mugs, SVT stuff. There's a pair of cool gloves he has that are red that say SVT on them. And something very interesting about his Cobra and my competition orange Cobra is that they both had this little plaque, this little certificate on them, which is a little piece of paper that would have been on the window of the car when it was purchased, and a lot of people might have just thrown this away. But this is the picture of my copy of this, and my car came with this too. It says, "This new vehicle was selected at random for road testing following assembly. The odometer reading includes," and mine said 7.3 miles. And it's pretty cool to show that my car was pulled at random for quality control. They took it out, drove it a little bit, made sure everything was good. And at the time, I thought mine was the only competition orange Terminator that had been pulled for this. But it turns out his was as well. And I think I heard of another person who had an orange Cobra that had theirs pulled too. So it might just be that whoever was in charge of doing that really liked the orange Cobras and took them out and drove them around a little bit. But he had his one of these, and he asked if I could send him the dimensions on this one just to verify and make sure that they were the same size and everything. So there's a really cool piece of documentation, and it shows that he loves the car so much, and he wants to preserve everything he can about it. So he went to the extent of asking me if it was okay if I would give him the dimensions, which I was extremely happy to help him out with that. I got my tape measure out and went and measured it all up and sent him what it was, and he verified that his was like that too. But anyway, this is a really cool story. I hope I did this car justice, and I'd like to just really share about how much of a friendship we've gained out of this, and how he's a really cool guy, and how even though he's way out in Illinois and I'm in Utah, we feel like we're close friends, and we can share and talk and send pictures and ask each other if we're collecting things. And I want to try to put that in the video the best I can and get that point across, that this was really fun to watch. I was able to see this whole thing unravel. I was able to see how excited he was when he joined the Competition Orange Terminator owner Facebook page, and how the other members on there were excited for him, and that this is just such a nice low mile car. And I don't know how many of them will be out there like that. Like I said, I have a video of the one at Barrett Jackson that sold for $36,000, and I think these cars are just going to get more expensive, especially Competition Orange. I just think these cars are going to continue to appreciate, especially the stock ones like this. And this is just a really cool story, and I'm really glad to be part of it. I'm glad to make a new friend, and I just really appreciate all the viewers, everyone who supports my channel, who gives me a thumbs up on my videos so that it's recommended to other people. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. If you're not already on here, go ahead and subscribe if you'd like, and stay tuned for more of these stories.